Starting. It's on now. Go ahead. We live.
Yo, 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 what's up, good people? It's your boy Fleet Jones. Yes, we back again.
It's your boy Mo Green. What's poppin'?
This is straight up talk. Straight up talk, man. We're going to keep it real. We got a good topic for you today. Real good topic for you. And this is just something that we really want you to just think about and just look around. Look who's in your circle. So we
Mhm.
talking about the title is Stunt Your Growth.
Stunt your growth.
And I want you just to sit back and think about that. Are there people stunting your growth? Because sometimes we do not realize it, and we always want to just hold on to certain things,
Yep.
and we just do not know that they are affecting us. So I'm just going to give you a small, quick checklist or a few questions. Now, do you have people that are possibly making you doubt yourself,
Mhm.
keep reminding you of your flaws, criticizing you on your ideas, discounting your strengths? The things that you do they minimize what you've done or your contribution?
Mm.
And do they just make you feel that you are not valued or important, or your ideas or just the things that you completely do? They always have an opinion or criticize of your work.
Wow. Mm.
And that's something that I just want you just to sit back, like, subscribe, share, just so you can rewind, just so you can just use that checklist for those questions.
Mm.
Because if any one of those is a yes, your growth is being stunted. And it's
Wow.
going to be very hard to reach that maximum potential that you have and that you owe to yourself.
I
So,
agree. I agree.
Mo, what you
Yeah.
what what, what you think, man?
Honestly, man, it's the thing is with every. I was told this by a wise man. A wise man told me that everybody that have pom poms aren't cheering for your success, but cheering for your downfall.
Exactly.
And that's fact. And I see that happening every day. You always run into somebody, or you might know someone that has this great potential of being just huge,
Hmm.
but they have a significant other, or they got that best friend that's not a best friend. I call them frenemies. And
Yep.
I don't even mess with people like that. But you got one of them where you always got that person that you confide in, and they always throwing you some negative stuff to throw you off balance, to throw you off course.
Yep.
And I see that a lot, man. I see it a lot. And it's like, damn, if they would subtract that person in their life, they can actually add a blessing. They can
Exactly.
actually become they can be great. But
Yeah.
we see a lot of negativity. I believe that, and honestly speaking, that when the lies are more entertaining than the truth, when negativity is more exciting than positivity, when fiction is more exhilarating than the facts.
Yeah. Because don't forget, fiction becomes oftentimes the norm because
Right.
this person does it, this person does it, this person does it. Well, guess what? It may be okay.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you know what that is?
I'm
That's
listening.
emotion. That's not mentalism. That's people
Mm,
just doing things based off of emotions.
that's facts.
And
That,
that's half the time why we keep those. It's like the crabs in the barrel. That's why we keep them around because
right.
we're emotionally attached to them.
But see,
You
that's
know?
the thing. Emotionally, you said it, emotionally attached. Just think how many people, if we were to subtract, not add those people, but subtract them from our lives,
Hmm.
We would reach such a huge at a huge level. It would be remarkable.
Hmm.
It would be remarkable. But like I said, a great example. If you in the gym every day, you about and let's say you're a bodybuilder, you're about getting
Yeah.
those gains. You're trying
Yeah.
to add the gains is positive. You're trying to
Hmm.
get gains. You're dedicating that time into that gym.
Yeah.
But you have this partner that's not dedicated like you,
Hmm.
kind of upset with you, not telling you, but they see that you're reaching a potential that they can't match. And they start throwing monkey wrenches into your program. And then guess what? All of a sudden you plateau. You can't gain it.
Exactly.
Then
Yeah.
what happens? That person is truly stunting your growth. Is because if you
Exactly.
subtract them and actually add in more dedication and time, you wouldn't reach a plateau. You would become someone great. I mean, you would reach your goal. You know.
Let's go back to
That's
school. Let's go back. So, in
okay.
high school, do you have like a very close friend that you used to talk in high school that you no longer talk to now?
Oh yeah,
Now, do you think if you would have still had that person in your life today, you would reach the amount of success that you have now?
definitely not. And that's what I've always did was go against the grain. The minute
Now,
I
this is a
saw something
real
like that, I go the opposite. I cut against the grain.
this is a real life scenario because there's plenty of people that just lost that best friend back in school, and then of course they kept some. Could have been the good one, the negative one, but people always hung on to at least probably a few, but then cut off some. They just went their separate ways.
Mm,
And
that is fact.
sometimes life is about those choices. Say life is like a tunnel. You get three, four tunnels. I'm gonna go down this one. That presents some more tunnels and some more different obstacles, things like that. That's sometimes how life is. But when we're not cutting the people off that we have to, that we need to, because it's still a choice. We still get their free will. You know, if you got that person that's always making you doubt your ideas, your goals, I'll be
Hmm.
like, and then you keep them around, what is that
That's
doing for your
toxic.
future? It's very
That's
toxic.
toxic.
Very toxic. Like, how about this? Someone that's constantly reminding you of just your flaws. You remember when you used to do this? Oh no, you ain't gonna never change. You always go do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Even even as a kid, like we know we did something wrong. Or matter of fact, in relationships, you mess up with your little chick. Maybe you I ain't say you cheated, say you just stayed out too late. She will constantly remind you.
Yeah, definitely.
She go pound that thing. You get tired of hearing that. You don't want to hear that 24/7 or anytime there's an argument. Guess what comes up? Well, you remember you did this when
Uh,
this.
if
Not saying break up with your lady, but still, is that type of feeling where
yeah.
you are tired of hearing like, yeah, come on now, I admitted to it, I messed up. Can we move on? But no, they want to stay in that same place,
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's a comfort
See,
zone, man.
but see, you could be stagnant, dude. You could be stagnant. You want to know a perfect example, and I'm gonna put this out there. So, will we speak about letting them know this shit is real?
Hmm.
So this past week, I got laid off of work.
Hmm.
I got laid off of my job. Now, it wasn't because I wasn't performing great. It wasn't because um, you know, something went wrong. It's funny how we sometimes stunt our own growth as well. Now, I
Hmm.
wasn't getting paid properly. My dues, I wasn't. It was just wrong, and I was stagnant. Let's just say, like working out, I plateaued. And the thing was, is that I didn't make necessary moves to get up out of there. And it's funny how the Most High and the universe and God, which is all in one, I believe,
Hmm.
put pulled me out of that position.
Yeah.
He pulled me out of that because I was stunning my own growth, the potential
Hmm.
that I have. He knew that if I stayed there, nothing happened, that I will be complacent where I'm at, even though it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that was a factor. That was a life lesson. He pulled me out of a situation to reconnect and say, "Hey, uh, I got something better for you. I know you can do better, but I gotta take you out of here because you ain't moving your feet." And he did.
Exactly. In any book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all well, any billionaire, millionaire, they never get rich working a 9 to 5. They had to leave that. At some
Oh,
point in their life, they had to leave that. They never was, okay, I'm gonna make my 50K here
mhm.
and then work my business here, and this is gonna make me no. They
No,
quit. Yes, they took less money. That yes, their idea probably was only making them $200 a month at the time,
right.
but then it built it. Yes, it was a tremendous pay cut, but it's about letting go of the things that's holding you back.
Hmm.
Stop stunning your growth. Do what you're going to put your passion and your belief in.
Right,
And
right.
I just, I mean, me, businessman, yes, I got my, I say the hustles. 'Cause you got the hustle. Even a business is a hustle. And
Definitely.
th- there's certain businesses that will put you into back to that job status. Because look, listen, now that still is great to still work for yourself, but
Mhm.
when you a boss, it's about making money while you sitting at home.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's if your business cannot work without you, it's I'm not gonna say it's something wrong, but we need to work towards that.
Right. It's the mechanics. You know what I'm
Work towards
saying?
that.
Right. It's the mechanics. And the thing is, man, I'm gonna just be frank. I never was a worker bee,
Hmm.
meaning that felt, I never pushed myself or worked extra harder to make someone else's dollar. Now, I understood when it came to myself, I would dedicate more time than ever to make my dollar. And what was funny is that when you know your strengths, when you're not stunt, you don't stunt your own growth, you don't cap yourself off, you find out the true potential within you on what you can do. And
Hmm.
believe me, man, when you a boss and you making your own bread, one, you're truly free. Your
Exactly.
mind, everything, your space, your time, you're truly free.
Exactly.
Two, you're willing to work harder for yourself to reap 90% of those profit margins. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's big. You're not being pimped, you know,
Hmm.
getting a dollar an hour. What kind of mess is that? And now in today's age, you cannot allow yourself not to grow because the
Yeah,
world is changing. It's
it's
changing.
definitely changing.
Right. So
And,
if
and,
you don't
and
think,
people are starting to sense that it's changing, but
mm,
they're still in that comfort zone.
right,
They
right,
still get that crab in the barrel mindset. They want to hold on to this person that's steady bringing them down just because they love the ratchetness. They love to live that way,
right,
here and out. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. Even I think the Bible says something about that.
mm,
You can't be both sides. It's either one or the other. It's
true,
either you want to
true.
be great or you just want to just go through the motions. A lot of here's the thing.
I'm
A lot
listening.
of people are afraid to fail.
Mm,
That's why don't they don't succeed. That's why they're poor. Back to that Steve Harvey and Monique. Now that we on this subject,
okay, talk about it.
I hate to talk about right and wrong, but let's see who was right in that situation. Who was wrong in that situation? Because they both got money. But poor people, and I'm going to say this, are programmed to be poor.
Mm.
Poor people are programmed to be poor. So when Steve Harvey said that you're trying to help the poor people, they always need. They always needing something. I never forget. Don't you know when you started a business? Everybody always want a discount.
True.
When you start a bit, they always want a discount. They want a handout. That
Right.
symbolizes poor people wanting something for nothing. People always want something to be given to them.
Mm.
No, I just, doing my research, the rich, they give so much, and the universe does what? Gives it
Gives
back to
back.
them,
It
gives
gives
back
back to them. Definitely does.
because they're always giving. But poor people, people that's less fortunate, they're always begging,
Well,
always begging.
you know what? I agree to you with you to a certain extent. This is my thing. This was also told to me from a wise man, and I'm an Aries, so I'm selfish. So it resonated with me a little bit more. But this was the thing that was told to me that if you have your hand closed, if you are a person that clenches and hold and is selfish, then you can't receive any blessings. You're
Hmm.
blocking your own blessings. But
Exactly.
when you give, your hands is free, you give to others. The universe circles around and
Yes.
it gives back. You're able to receive is because your hands is open. It's not clenched
Exactly.
tight. And the thing is that I will say with poor people, because I'm a poor person, I'm gonna be real.
I'm poor too. Trust me.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it one. The thing is that when you have so little, it's almost sometimes hard to give. You understand what I'm saying? So the human in you is to clench and to hold tight. But that's not the key.
Yeah.
That's not the key. The key is to open up and to give. When you close your hands, you're stunting your own growth
But
because you're
listen,
never able to get that blessing to reach your full potential.
listen. I didn't say it had to be monetary. It does not have to be monetary to give. Whether if
Oh
it's
no.
time,
Yeah.
I mean, there's many things that we do best and value
Mm.
that is not necessarily money. For example, a singer that
Okay.
can sing, guess what? She or he can give by their voice.
True. True. True.
So it's all about the mindset. So if you given your hard sweat and tears wherever it's if it's ability or sometimes it is monetary. Some people just don't have the time. They just, hey, boom, I'm out the way. This is me.
Mm.
So it's not about it has to be monetary or anything. It's just about the process of giving, and the universe will find a way to reach back out to you. It's almost like, the gum, you put a quarter in, you get the gumball. You don't get a
Mm.
quarterback all the time. You get something else
Oh,
that you possibly want, need, or what's best for your situation at that time.
okay. Okay.
So,
That
and I
I'm
got to take the statement back because I encourage everyone to research Reverend Ike. And I've just started listening to his videos, and ever since I have started listening to his videos, saying his mantras, things has been looking up. So I had to take this statement back. I know I said before that I was poor. I'm not poor. I'm wealthy.
mm,
I'm
I'm
wealthy.
putting it into the air. I feel you on that. And honestly, yes, I will say that I am blessed. Because through any downfall, I swear that my heavenly Father has not given up on me, and that's the whole
Hmm.
thing. Like my mind frame is not stunted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not capped. That's why I know that eventually I will reach my full potential. But I will
Hmm.
say this though, Fleet. I believe that we give back by doing these shows.
Yeah.
And I shared with well what made me actually keep going on, and I don't mean to go off a subject, off a topic, but This is also what shows that my growth isn't stunted. I had someone that left my old job prior to me, but they left on their own free will and was told to me that because of I was humbled and touched, but because of my wisdom and looking out for them and dropping jewels on them, that I was a gift. I gave them a gift, and that they gave me love. They said, "I love you," and that was deep. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? That was deep, and I was able to give back. Maybe not in money, but definitely in time and wisdom. And this
Yeah.
is what, pro, how can I say, it propelled me and pushes me to for me and you to continue to go on with this show. Because
Hmm.
if we can help or touch someone, that's all that counts. That's all that
Yeah.
counts.
That's all that counts. And this is the life that we all live. And it needs to be studied. It needs to be a process. It needs to be a plan. A lot of times we get up and just go through the motions. We get up certain time, go to work, get our paycheck, spend it on food, this, and now we about to go have our entertainment. But a lot of times there's no time for planning our actual day or even just planning the things that we want to do or the goals that we want to do. Say if somebody wants to start a business, how much time are you putting into that? How much time? Yes, you got a job, you go to work 8 hours. It probably, let's say 10 hours, take you hour to get there, hour to get back. When are you going to set aside 15 minutes, 30 minutes to get yourself out of that situation? It may not be a situation, but just to improve your life. When are we going to take
See,
time to just sit down and just say, you know what, I got me a pen and paper. This is what I'm going to do for this 30 minutes to improve my life. It may just only
well,
take 6 months, 30 minutes a day, 6 months, you'll be out that situation.
well,
I
you know what
guarantee
though,
it.
Fleet? Well, you know what, Fleet? You said it best, man. You sometimes can't put 25% into, let's just say, your dream. Sometimes you need to put that full 100% or 99.9%
Hmm.
into that dream to make it work. You
Hmm.
know, sometimes your job can stunt your growth. That's why I said this topic touch on all aspects of life.
It definitely does. But let's just get this one thing. It's not the job. It's the person. It's the individual. You want to know why? Because
Okay.
before they get to the job, most people get a ritual. It's about the ritual. They wake up. First thing they do is get on Facebook. Next thing
Mhm.
they do is get on Instagram. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I'm guilty of
This
that.
is some
I'm guilty of
people's
that.
rituals. So let's change the ritual, then you
Mm.
change your habits. What is
Mm.
it? This is what, 77 or 66? I think it's 66. Um, if you do something 66 times, it becomes a habit. First it was 21, but now things have changed. I guess if it's still 21, do it 21 times. But now I think it's like 66 or 77. Do it for 77 straight days. Change your habit because was it wasn't Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think it was that book, but you need to create a ritual. And I'm not saying no spooky magic stuff, but just something that you're going to do daily. And I was reading a book that says, you know what? First thing he get up, 10 minutes meditation. Then he thought about what he wanted to happen today, what was going to come to him today. Then he got his coffee. Then he, got ready for it. So that was that's a plan, planned out, planning his success, planning her success. Are we planning our success or are we stuck, not growth?
Mm.
Or are we allowing people to stunt our growth? Because it's a choice, baby. It's a
Wow.
choice.
You know what? That was a perfect close off. But I just got to say this: as humans, we are creatures of habit. That's all you're pretty much saying. When he means by ritual being in the groove in the rhythm of causing a habit, and with
Hmm.
doing that comes change.
Hmm.
Comes change.
Cause and
So
effect, baby. That's universal law. Cause and effect.
mm,
Cause and effect. So,
true.
with that said, hopefully we provided you with some knowledge. I know I mentioned Reverend Ike, uh, and just a little bit more about him. I just started, but he had a congregation, a group of followers, and it was just pretty much about changing your situation with money. You know, so that's someone, Rich Dad Poor Dad's nice book you can get. Uh, what else did we mention? Well, I think that's about it, man.
That was it.
Straight up talk, baby. This is your boy Fleet Jones.
It's your boy Mo Green in the piece.
And with that said, stop stunning your growth.
For sure.
Stop stunning your growth. I know y'all want the usual saying, but guess what? This is serious. But the sky's the limit, though,
For sure.
and we're going to continue to go straight up.
Peace.